Hi, it's Terri Gaines. I'm going to give you some assembly tips on creating a card that I call a floating easel card. When it lays flat, you have an image that's right in the center of your oval ring. You open it up and rest the bottom of the card behind the small little stopper, and you have a floating image. To create this card, we need 2 oval rings. These are made with the Stampin' Up! Layering oval dies, and they get adhered together. I find it best to use the multi-purpose adhesive sheet behind the oval. That's going to be the front oval. And to use that, you purchase the multi-purpose adhesive sheets. There's 12 in a package, and they all are 6 by 12 in size. I cut them down to the size I need it to be, and we need a 3 by 6 piece of adhesive, multi-purpose adhesive sheet. I like using the Simply Scoring to adhere this adhesive sheet to my cardstock. Cardstock is cut the same size. I have a Whisper White cardstock cut at 3 by 4. Peel off the backing paper that's got the print on it, and I like to place this adhesive sheet right in the corner, up against the corner here. That allows me to run my cardstock up against that edge. Once I hit that top wall, I can drop it down, and I can get my adhesive sheet to adhere really well. Next, I ran this through the Big Shot using the magnetic platform. That helps keep all your framelits in place. This center oval is going to be the same oval that's cutting the inside of the black ring and the white ring, along with the opening in your card front. So with the magnetic platform, it helps keep all your framelits in place. Place the top plate on top of it and run through the Big Shot to get your ring. The black ring is made very similar, but I use the solid oval ring instead of the scalp, and as I mentioned, the same inside ring. And put the second plate on top of the platform and run that through the Big Shot, and you will have both of the rings that you need for this project. What we need to do is adhere these together and have a window sheet. There's a 1/2 inch strip of window sheet that butterfly is on. I have that already attached to some mini glue dots, or let me rephrase that, mini glue dots on each of the 4 corners, and I'm going to attach it to the back oval. Now this is a Stampin' Up! Grid that they sell in a tablet. It's 11 by 17. It's got metric on one side and imperial on the other side. And what I like to do is use this to center. So here I've got 5.5 squares, here about 5.5, on this side 3. There you go. That kind of centers this, and that allows me to place this window sheet right in the center of the oval. I want it to go vertical here and attach it. And because it's a window sheet, you don't see it through it, or you see through it. It does not have to be exact. So this piece is the one that has the backing, or the multi-purpose sheet on the backing. I'm going to use a paper piercer to help get that backing off. Now what I need to do is adhere this window sheet right between, the window sheet's going to get sandwiched right between these 2 rings, and I like using my fingers to help get that in place, and there we have it. So we have this part. We're going to set this aside. The card base is actually a piece of cardstock that is 4 inches by 10.5. It is scored using the Simply Scoring tool at 2 5/8 and 5 1/4. So basically that's in half in this direction and in half that direction. What we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is use a new stamp that's in the Stampin' Up! 2019 Occasions catalog. It's called a Crackle Paint Background Stamp. Now this is a full background stamp that will cover the entire front of your card, and I'm using the cling one. Clings are new to Stampin' Up! Or new to the Occasions catalog, and it's the red rubber that adheres to your clear block. This new cling is very strong, so what I've been doing, per a suggestion from my downline, is put a piece of regular Scotch tape right in the corner of one of the pieces here. That will help you release that red rubber from the clear block when you're ready. Any background stamp I keep face up on my work surface. Bring the ink pad and just tap all over to get a good coverage. Then I bring the card to the project. I always hold it shut, hold it folded, take the folded end, and that's the end that I place down first, keeping an eye on the location on the top and bottom and getting that centered. Place scratch paper on top and then use the flat of your fingers to get a good coverage. The flat of your fingers work a little bit easier than the tips of your fingers to get a good coverage. And there we have a So Saffron background. It's So Saffron cardstock and So Saffron ink. The next thing I need to do is create this oval opening, and that is done with the same oval that cut the inside of those. So again, put that on the magnetic platform. Place it so equal spacing here, and equal spacing. Put the plate on top and run that through the Big Shot, and you will have this opening. The next steps are to adhere this with your snail adhesive to the 4 and a quarter by 5.5 basic black cardstock. While that is laying flat, take an image cut out with the stitched shapes oval. I put 3 dimensionals on there, and that goes right in the opening. And then attached is a little butterfly from the Botanical butterfly paper, which is a celebration item. For this paper, you can punch out all these butterflies with the butterfly duo punch. Unfortunately, this isn't available to order right now until April 1st, but it will be back available April 1st. So what I do is I just cut my butterflies out like a long strip of butterflies, and then I can hold on to that paper and line it up in the punch and punch it out. Okay, and while I have this, I also need to do that for a larger butterfly, so I'll go ahead and do that right now because we'll need that for the front of the card. Just center that. And then what you can do is trim off this excess and keep going. When you get down to just a single butterfly, put a Post-it note on it. That becomes your handle to help you reach in and punch that out. So we have our 2 butterflies we need. And then also, so that would be the next step, is to put that butterfly right in place. So I've already done that with the mini glue dot. The next step is to take the tear-in tape and place it along the bottom half of that oval opening without going above that center score. What we're going to do then, I'm going to take that backing off, and this is where the ring gets attached. So we want to take all that backing paper off. A paper piercer helps get it off. If you're struggling with it, it's not coming off, sometimes you just need to put some pressure and a little friction on it, and will help the backing come off. So the tip on putting this ring on is I found that if I put the side that has adhesive down so it's out of the way, and then I take the piece that has the, and it doesn't matter top or bottom, but place it right where there's no adhesive so I can get that all lined up. Feel that with your fingers and then just bring that up and you have that bottom part adhered. The last step for this card is to take your butterfly, attach it to the window sheet by putting a couple mini glue dots on it, laying it flat, covering up that small butterfly that you see, and there you have your floating easel technique card. Hope you enjoyed this project. If you found me via YouTube, look in the comments section and you'll find a direct link to my blog post where I have the list of supplies, measurements, and instructions for the project. There's a PDF tutorial you can download and a link to my Stampin' Up! Store to purchase the supplies. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoy creating this project with me.